Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this nice looking Android stick. It's done by a company called Buzztv. It's called VidStick Plus. This is another step higher than what they brought before. So let me just do a little bit different video and educate you a little more about this dongle. Alright, so it comes with 4 GB of low power DDR4 RAM, and also it comes with 32 gig internal storage. I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family, and make sure you click the notification icon and select all in order for you to get notified once we have a new video out. If you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. On top of that, click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos in a little more detail for you every time. Alright, you can see that the box is really nicely designed. Just like the 2 GB version, this is the 4 gig, so it has a different picture in the back, which in this case is a nice white horse. Going around doesn't have much markings, but once we start opening the box and we went inside, everything is packaged beautifully. Even they have packaged all of the little components in 3 different packages inside of it. So these guys taking the packages all the way to another level. It comes with a user manual, and the user manual is exactly the same as the 2 gig. You can see it says VidStick and also VidStick Plus. So that means both of them will have the same type of the manual. Now the manual, this one is a little bit more detailic in what's going to be inside of the packages that I'm going to cover. Also what connections they have. This is really cool. Now going on the other side of it, when you're connecting at the back of your TV with the USB so that we can power it, or without the USB. This is really cool. A lot of other manuals, I haven't seen this on the instruction part of it. Now here's the best part, that if you have a newer TV, when you power it, it will get powered up. And some of the older TV, if it doesn't have power, or if you have USB and it doesn't get the proper power, don't worry. Use the wire that came with it and plug it into the wall, and that way will be working. Going on the other side of it is the actual remote. Now this remote is modeled BT100, which has a lot of functionality between IR and also the Bluetooth. More, you have learning features and also the pairing mode for the BT100 on how you're going to be able to pair it with your actual VidStick Plus. And if it gets unpaired, how you can repair it. It's all over here. The troubleshooting steps are here too, and also the warranty information. Most information is right here, then how you can get some support if you ever need it. Now going back to the main page, you can see that the packaging, how these guys put together, is beautiful. They always have it separately, and it tells you which each packages have. The first thing that you see is the actual power supply. So when you open, it comes with a little bit different, and that's why they were calling it universal power supply. So now you have the actual Canadian and American one right here. I wanted to mention that this is 5 volt 2 amps, and if you wanted to connect the other versions like from around the world, you can just connect it very easily, and now it became for the other part of the world. And there you go. This is how it really looks, and on the side of it you have all the information that you're looking for. Now that's not the only thing. With this comes a little USB wire. Now this USB wire is not that long, but you do not need it to be very long. And this part is the micro USB to connect to the actual dongle. And this part is the USB 2.0, so you can power it up very easily. And the next one is the extender and IR sensor plus the extending cable. So let's just open it up. And there you go. So the first thing is the actual HDMI adapter, and we will try to demonstrate and show you in this video on what this is good for. The next part is the IR extender. A lot of people do not know why we need this, and in this video we will show you what is this good for. Here you go. A lot of Android sticks do not have something like this. So this part will go to your dongle or to VidStick Plus, and this part is going to be able to use this 3M tape that is inside of it. Is double-sided tape that you can put in the back. You can either hook it up at the back of on your wall, or you can put it on the table, or also you can put it in front of your TV in one of the corners, so that way you can use the IR extender. Now this is the best part, because a lot of these sticks that they are selling these days does not come with this. This is the beautiful part. The next part that I really like is the actual remote control and velvet travel bag. So let's just open it up. But the best part is this bag right here. So you can put everything inside of this bag and take it with you anywhere you go. So it is velvet. Yes, it's really nice. And you have their logo on the front, and you can open the top. You can put the actual stick and the remote, everything inside of it, and it will be, you can nicely travel with it. That's not what we want right now. So the batteries that are part of this is the actual Energizer battery. You can see it. And also the remote itself is the BT100, so you can open the back. And there it goes. So it's inside of this plastic. Once you take it out, this is how it looks. It's exactly the same type of remote as when they brought up for the VidStick or ST4000. It looks exactly the same with the same type of buttons. And you have the same functionality. You can see you're going through navigation keys, home button, which is a beautiful color, and then life guide. You have all of the buttons that you really require, and also the colored buttons in the bottom. So once you turn it off, you can see that this is backlit too, and that's about it. So now when I press any button, you can see that it lights up, and the best part is that it lights up only on the buttons that are cut in the actual white. So this is the best part about this part, but it looks beautiful. I really like it. Now here comes the best part, the actual stick. Now they did do a really good job. You can see that this is very detailed, but once we open it, it has a little part that you have to take out, and then the stick comes out. And the actual stick sits inside of another little plastic, so that way it is very protected. And once you take it out, I really like the way that they have designed it. It has some holes for ventilation on both sides here, and they have their logo nicely embedded to the actual case. Now go into the back part of it, you have one USB 3.0, and go into the bottom part of it, I had to cover the actual serial number and the MAC address, but you can see it says all of the information that you require in the back with the 5-volt 2 amps, and also you have the more holes for ventilation in the back and the bottom. And then go into the front part of it, you have the actual HDMI connection, which is 2.0. There you go. So this way you're going to get your 4K properly in 60 Hertz. Going on one side, there's nothing here. In the back is the USB 3.0, which we already covered. Now going on the other side of it, you have the one TF card reader, which can read up to 128 gigabyte. You have a DC connection, which how this is going to be powered up. It is a micro USB connection. You have a little part if you ever need it to be resetted. Also, this is the IR sensor where you're going to connect that little IR indicator, and that's about it to going around. Now to power it up in this video, I have a little bit extender, and it's going to be connected so that way I can connect it to my capture card. And once you connect that, you have to connect the power. And that's about it. Now when you're turning on the VidStick Plus for very first time, you should see the Buzz logo, then it goes to the actual animation, which will take a couple of seconds for it to go through. Now when it gets to this screen, it is very easy. Make sure that you're very near to the actual stick, and you have to press the volume down and the OK button as it mentions on the screen, and you have to hold it down for about 3 seconds. And once you see the little light on the top of the remote flashing, you should let it go, and that means is it finds the Bluetooth remote, there you go, and it goes through to this screen. Now here comes a little part that I have learned since I was playing with the 2 gig, and all of the questions that you guys are sending to me, I really like that, and I took it, keep going back to actual Buzztv, and they give me some information on how I can tackle and fix it. In this way I can help you guys out. Now I have already done that, and I helped a lot of you guys to go to process this, but here you go. A lot of you have a problem with one part. When you go in next and you already set this part up, and you go in next and you go into your location, you setting up your TV is going to set up on 1080p. You just have to press, and then you're going to say done. Now right after this is going to be connected to your Wi-Fi. Remember that this is a dongle. It does not have an Ethernet port, so you can connect it to the internet directly as wired, but there is a little extension that you can purchase. Doesn't matter if you want to buy it from Buzztv or you want to go to somewhere like Amazon and you want to get something like Ugreen. That works perfect, by the way, and you can go here and you can select it. But for the meantime, since a lot of people trying to connect via Wi-Fi, let's do that right now, since a lot of you have this issue when you're clicking here. So when you do that, it goes through and it finds your internet Wi-Fi SSID is the name of it. So I have a few of them. Now this is my main one. This is for my testing base, and this is also for my testing base, but I have one more. It does not show up while it is very near to. So that means is the broadcasting for that Wi-Fi router is not that great. So that's why it does not show up. But here you go. Let's connect to one of these, and this way you're going to be able to go next. So I'll click this one, my main one, and it will tell me to enter my password. Using my actual Bluetooth remote, I can type my password, but I'm not going to show you what my password is, so I'm just going to type it up. Once you type your password, you have to go to the side and click that little enter key in order for it to be connected. Now that's not the only part. It also going to give you a little kick out, just like right now what happened, and it's just installing the latest Chrome browser and also the latest Google Play Store. But we're not done yet. This is still on the start, so we have to click English again. It just kicked me out basically in order for me to set this up, so I will do it one more time. And now it just goes in. Since there's no update, it should take me in directly to the main screen, and you will see all the apps that are installed. Another thing that I want to mention, that for which gives us a lot of internal about the actual hardware. So once you click on it, there you go. You can see that this is using the AM Logic chipset, and also the model number is VidStick Plus, which is accurate. Also the brand name is AM Logic. The best part is this is 4 GB of RAM. You can see how much is total used, and also total available is right underneath of it. The internal storage is only showing 23.71 because of the actual OS that is going to take, and also recovery, and the rest is going to be a little bit for cache, and the rest is the other apps that you're going to install. Available internal storage is 19.74. That's how much is left after we even install those apps. Bluetooth version is 4 plus. That means it is 4.2, which is perfect. So it is running the ARM Cortex A53, which is quad core. It is running on 1800 megahertz. It is 64-bit, but because of the firmware, they are running only on 32-bit. Going down, the CPUs are right here. So it is running between 100 to 1800 megahertz. You can see that it is running accurately. It doesn't go over 1000, which is perfect. If it goes up, it comes down very quickly. So that means is that they have done the job accuracy. It does not going to heat up. You can see the CPU utilization is there too. The scaling governors interactive, which is really good. Now going on the display itself, it is going to bring the resolution as 1080p. Now going down, it is going to be Mali G31. GPU core is only single core, but it's running on 60 Hz. CPU on this is S905Y2 chipset. OpenGL is 3.2, which is really good for gaming. Now going under the actual sensors, you can see that the temperature is proper, so it is not really heating up, which is perfect. Now going under the codecs, they do support the AAC is there for audio, and then if you want to scroll up a little bit, you will be able to see the MPEG-2, MPEG-4, and then the H.263. Now if you go down a little bit, the best part is that they have VP8, and you can see that H.263, and if you go up, there's the VP9, the different versions of it, and that way you know that the actual play for the videos are high. It is not something low. The next thing I want to let you know and go to is going to be RootChecker, and you can tell that this is not fully rooted. The next part is the Antutu Benchmark, and we received 68,102 number. This is really good according to what we know about the S905Y2 chipset. And the next thing we want to capture is going to be Geekbench. Now we have already run this, and you can see under the single core we received 125, and under multi-core we received 406. The next thing we want to run is going to be YouTube. Now under YouTube itself, remember that as soon as it starts, it is going to be a little bit blurry, and there you go, it got a lot better. So if we scroll down a little bit and then we go under settings and under quality, you can see that it brings in 4K. So that means is this app works perfectly when it comes to 4K. The next thing I want to run is going to be speed test. Now here is the speed test. And let's go from the bottom, and that way you can see what I have done. So I was connecting it for very first time, and I connected it at the back of my TV as I'm showing you right now. And what I did is I wanted to set it up, and once it was set up, it took a little time for it to set up and connect to internet, and then it went in. Once that was done, I was able to get some apps installed. That took a very long time. And then once I wanted to do testing, I saw that I'm getting really bad marks. You can see that I was only getting 0.4 megabit download, and I was getting a upload of only 0.14. Now that is, I was connecting to my 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is an extension. That means is I'm using an extender in order to get the internet. So I disconnected it, connected with another internet, and it didn't really work out. I was still getting 2.4 as my internet. So I switched it and I went to my 5G network. And then I'd start picking up. And I saw that there's a little difference still, because this is again my extender internet. So as a 5G network. So you can see that I went to 46 for download, and I went to 29.6 for upload. So there's something going on. It is not just the internet itself. So now what I have done is I changed my connection, and I put an extender in the back of my TV, and then it came down a little bit. So this way we can see our internet changes. So then I connected it again to the same internet, and I processed it one more time, and I was getting 47.4. And that is for my download, and my upload, you can see it is 31.8. Why these little graphs is really good is because it was dipping down and it was picking back up. So that's why. Now, that's not the only thing that I have done. I connected it to my main internet. And this is after I put the extender, because I didn't want to get anything lower. I saw a huge difference. You can see the up and down that it was trying to go through, but because of that little extender that I connected, I got really good internet. All of a sudden it just went up, which is perfect. So there you go. This is what I got for first time, and my upload rate is 30. I got 31. So that means is there's something now happening. And then when I went it one more time, you can see it didn't do that much of fluctuation. I went to 164, and then my upload rate again exceeded to 31.9. So the first time I had 31.3, and the second time I even got better. So I start noticing that if I have to move the actual VidStick Plus a little bit down, because my internet is right at the bottom of it, it gets better. If I connect it right at the back of my TV itself, there's a lot of disconnections by actual TV. Also the connections in the back of it. And you go on more further, since this dongle does not have any kind of antenna, it will be a little bit different. So now it makes sense why we need to hook it up properly. And even if you have to hide it at the back of a TV, you can. But make sure that you position it a little bit towards the actual router where you have it, or you can wire it. In this case, I didn't do any wiring, and I connected it to the back of the TV, and I start noticing that my actual extender is connected to the same router as a 2.4, and that's why my internet is only, even with the 5G, I was getting 47.4. Even if it broadcasted for 5G, I'm connected to that actual router as a 2.4, and that's why I'm getting lower than 100 megabit internet. But when I went to an actual router that I have right there, you can see that it went up over 100. So that means as the Wi-Fi is set up properly on this box, it just requires for you to position it right at the back of your TV and more. If you have questions about this, don't worry, ask at the bottom of the video. We love to make more videos for you to teach you how this is possible and making it easier for you to play with. Now when it came to some benchmarking and also checking out the actual OS and how easy it got, and also the Wi-Fi is getting better, I really like this USB itself, except that playing game with this is also a breeze. You can see it that it plays nice and smooth, and you can see it that it's playing it very nicely. There's very small amount of frame drops, but again it gets really smooth once it goes, the video start playing, and once you start getting into the game, it will be very nice and smooth, as you can see it right now. Except that this gets my thumbs up. I really like this. All the links will be available where you can order it from and more at the bottom of this video. Except that, I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.